Entities and Attributes, presented by Professor Chandramati V. Charantimal and Professor Uma Patil. Objectives: students are able to identify entities, attributes in an application. Now, we will discuss what you mean by entity. Entity is a thing in the real world with an independent existence. An entity may be an object with a physical existence, or it may be an object with a conceptual existence. Example of physical existence are person, car, house, or employee. Example of conceptual existence are company, job, or a university course. For example, if customer is an entity in a company database, now we will see the attributes. What do you mean by attributes? Attributes are the properties of the entity. For example, if customer is an entity in a company database, then customer ID, first name, surname, date of birth, address, phone number, they are the attributes of the entity customer. Now, we will discuss the types of attributes. First one, simple versus composite attributes. Attributes that are not divisible are called simple or atomic attributes, whereas composite attributes can be divided into smaller subparts which represent more basic attributes with independent meaning. For example, the address attribute can be subdivided into street address, city, state, and again the street address can be subdivided into number, street, apartment number, and so on. The next classification is single value versus multi-valued attributes. Example of a single valued attribute is age of a person. Most attributes have a single value for a particular entity. In some cases, an attribute can have a set of values for the same entity. For example, colors of a car. The next classification is stored versus derived attributes. Here, we can say example of a stored attribute is date of birth and derived attribute is age, because from date of birth we can calculate the age. Now the next classification is null values. In some cases, a particular entity may not have an applicable value for an attribute. For example, the apartment number attribute of an address applies only to addresses that are in apartment buildings and not to other types of residences such as single family houses. The meaning of null can be applicable to the unknown values also. Then we can use the null where the attribute value exists but it is missing. The last one is the complex attribute. Composite and multi-valued attributes can be nested arbitrarily. We can represent arbitrarity nesting by grouping components of a composite attribute between the parentheses and separating the components with the commas, and by displaying multi-valued attributes between the braces. Such attributes are called complex attributes. For example, if a person can have more than one residence and each residence can have a single address and multiple phones, an attribute address phone or a person can be